Once, dragons and men coexisted. They shared a peace, forged in wisdom. A peace that had lasted many generations. However, all that was lost when mankind disrupted this balance in a sudden onslaught. Man fought dragon in a savage war that shook the very foundations of the world. This war was called the Scouring. Defeated and humbled, the dragons vanished from the realm. In time, man rebuilt and spread his dominion across the land, reaching even the furthest islands. A millennium has passed since those darkest days ended. Gather ye round, good folk, as I weave you a tale. A story of 15 years past, when a shadow had fallen across the lands of Elibe, and a villain by the name of Nergal used an organization known as the Black Fang to incite war amongst the many kingdoms. The only force to stand against him was a single legion, led by 3 young Lycian nobles. Lord Hector of Ostia, Lady Lyndis of Calen, and Lord Eliwood of Fere. With only a small command of soldiers, men and women thrown together by circumstance, they went on to not only confront and defeat Nergal, but prevented a catastrophe that could very well have resulted in a second scouring. But this story I weave is no tale of grand adventure, my dear people. It is no great ballad of heroism and romance, though certainly it has these things in great abundance. No, the story I tell today is of one, an individual within the ranks of the Lycian Legion, whose name has been misplaced by the bards and historians. And yet, without this solitary figure, this mysterious young woman who walked beside our great lords, there would be no victory. I speak to you, my lords and ladies, of the tactician who served under our beloved lord, who commanded the Lycian Legion, the woman in whose hands all our fates were entrusted. Maiu, the strategist. Our tale begins, not with the start of Lord Eliwood's journey, but 1 year before the Lycian Legion was ever formed, in the plains of Sake, where a young girl lived alone in the rolling fields, listening to the endless cry of the wind across the prairie. She was born into a Sakian tribe, raised to know horse and bow and steel as much as if they were part of her own body. Proud, as all Sakians are, and beautiful. But her Sakian pride was marred by a great loneliness. A loneliness which only grew with each passing day, filling her heart until one day. Chapter 1. A Girl of the Plains.
Gotcha! I'm sorry for this, little one, but we both have to eat. And thanks to you, I now have dinner for tonight. There. That's 2 conies for today. Not a bad catch. I can eat rather well for tonight. The wind is changing. Smells like rain. I'd better get home quickly if I don't want to be caught in it. Huh? Is that singing? Smoke! Fire!
What she came upon that day was a sight far too common in those times. The wreckage left in the wake of bandits. What she found were the remnants of a caravan, destroyed. Its wagons looted, burning. its people slain. Their blood seeped into the earth of the plains, bringing bitter tears and unbidden memories to her.
Great spirits! Those monsters! Hello? Is anyone still alive? Hello?
She stepped through the carnage, searching amongst the fallen bodies for any survivors. And in response to her calls was only the soft sound of someone singing, a voice of beauty, tinged with grief and heartache.
Hello? I can hear you.
Stepping around the wagon, the girl laid eyes upon the caravan's one survivor. She knelt beside the bodies of her slain comrades, her fair face streaked with soot and tears. A deep green cloak wrapped around her shoulders, her long, chestnut hair spilling out from a hood and cowl that had fallen back. Her lovely face was raised to the sky, a song of mourning on her lips. For the briefest moment, the Sarkian girl thought her a phantom, an angel of death, comforting the souls of the fallen.
Are you all right? I'm not here to hurt you, I promise. I'm only here to help. I heard your singing
And as the mysterious young woman turned her tear-filled gaze upon her, the girl caught her breath, her cerulean eyes meeting those of the deepest crimson, red, like the blood that had been spilled.
Are you all right, miss? Oh!
She ran forward to catch the young woman as she collapsed into unconsciousness, her body at last overwhelmed by all that had transpired. And as the Sarkian girl examined the mysterious stranger, her heart could only weep for her grief, hers, and the grief she herself had known.
Where am I?
Are you awake? It's all right. I won't hurt you. I found you unconscious on the plains. I didn't know what else to do, so I brought you to my home. I am Lynn, of the Lorca tribe. You're safe now.
Thank you, Lady Lynn. I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. How much do you remember? Can you remember your name?
My name? My name is Maiu.
Your name is Maiu? What an odd-sounding name. Pay me no mind. It's a good name.
She seems nice. She's younger than me. Reminds me of the others.
What's wrong?
Lady Lynn, the caravan, the people I was traveling with, what happened to them?
I'm sorry. When I found you, you were the only one.
Oh, Win.
I'm so sorry.
No, it isn't any fault of yours. I thank you for your kindness and for saving me, but I cannot leave them like that. I must go tend to their bodies.
It isn't necessary. I've already done so.
Huh?
I made a funeral pyre for them. I hope you take no offense to Sakean funeral rites.
No, I thank you. Truly, I can never express my gratitude for what you've done. I only wish I could have.
You owe me no thanks. I could never just leave them in the plains like that. For now, you just need to focus on regaining your strength. Once you're better again, then I'll take you to see their grave.
Yes. Thank you, Lady Lynn.
Just Lynn is fine. You needn't call me Lady. It makes me feel like some sort of noble, and I'm hardly that.
Very well. Lyn, then.
For many days did Lady Lyn tend to the injuries of the young woman called Maiu, restoring her to the health she had lost. And as she gave her care, she listened to the stories of the gypsy caravan she had belonged to. Their small band had travelled throughout much of the continent, making a living by performing in towns they had passed through. Maiu had been the songstress. For a girl who had never been beyond the expanses of Sake, Maiu's stories were as magic. Lyn found herself in awe and listened with enthusiasm. And though she burst with questions, Maiu patiently answered them all with a kindly smile. They were complete strangers to one another, their worlds alien. But in the time that she was in her care, Lyn forged a friendship with Maiu, which would take them to places neither young woman had dared imagine. And, as promised, when she had recovered, Lyn took Maiu to the grave she had made for her companions.
I'm sorry I could not bury them. It was more than I could do by myself, so...
No. What you did was perfect. They were Romani. Their hearts were in freedom. Thank you.
What do you intend to do now?
I'm not certain. I had traveled with my group since I was only a girl. It almost frightens me to travel alone.
You can stay with me for as long as you need. To be honest, I'd be a little sad if you simply up and left. Not that it isn't your right, but...
I know. Why don't we return to your gur for now?
Yes.
Lyn?
What was that noise?
It's coming from the direction of the nearby tribe. It sounds like... fighting.
I'll go see what's happening. Maiu, wait here for me.
Lyn, wait!
Oh no!
No! Please! I beg you!
You don't want us to hurt ya. Then gives us what we want. Meat, supplies, gold. Whatever valuables you've got, bring them right out.
Bandits! They must have come down from the burned mountains.
No! Let me go!
Get going, sweetheart. Batta the Beast wants to have a word with you in private.
They must be planning to raid the local villages. I won't watch this happen a second time. I won't. I have to stop them.
Well, look at what we got here. Another pretty little succulent flower growing out of the grass.
Wretch!
What's this? You're gonna fight with me, little girl? Using that toothpick of a sword? This ought to be fun. Not bad.
You cur!
You just keep yourself right there. I'll make sure I get your head off in one blow.
Is this it?
Lyn, roll forward!
What the... why, you little...
Lyn, are you alright?
Maiu?
Thank goodness. Don't worry me like that again.
Maiu, what are you?
Oi, Dawson! You out there?
Bandits, I take it.
Yes, they've attacked the nearby family's gur. I think they're planning to raid the villages next.
Not likely.
Maiu, what are you doing? Stay down or they'll see you.
It's all right, Lyn. I know what I'm doing.
Oi, Dawson! Dawson! Bloody kid, where the hell is he?
He's nervous. They're stragglers, making a quick hit. If these men were part of a larger group, he wouldn't be so worried. I'd say we have 2 more to worry about. 3 at most.
2 or 3, eh? If that's all of them, I think I can handle them on my own. Stay low and out of sight. You'll be safe here, Maiu.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm going with you.
What? You want to help?
Why do you think I came?
Well, can you use a weapon?
I'm sorry. I have no martial skill. However, I can aid you strategically.
Strategy? But you're a songstress.
I'll explain later. Now help me with this. The other one's coming and we've hardly any time to set this up before he gets here.
Dawson! There you are, you bastard. What's all this then? You taking a nap while Batta and me are doing all the work? Dawson?
Lynn!
What?
Ah!
Why you?
Ah! Yeah!
Lynn?
I'm all right. It's just a scratch.
This is more than just a scratch, Lynn. Do you have anything to treat it?
I'm carrying a couple of unlearies in my satchel.
There. It's not the best I've ever done, but it should stop the bleeding. Are you all right? You're shaking.
I'm fine. Just a little...
This is the first time you've taken a life, isn't it?
Yes.
We still have to deal with whoever's inside that gur. You'll have to push aside your feelings, Lynn. The lives of those people are depending on us.
I know. What should I do?
In this situation, all we can do is attack straight on. Although, we could try drawing him out of there. If we can get him out onto the open ground, we'll have much more of an advantage.
Can we do that?
Of course we can. They're bandits.
Come on out, mongrel. You know you're in there.
Come and face justice if you have the courage.
Well, and here I thought maybe I had something to worry about. But it's just two little girls. I shouldn't be surprised, really. You Sarkans are nothing but cowards after all. Leave me fighting over women.
Patience, Lynn.
This ain't worth my time. Dawson! Caro!
I wouldn't waste my breath if I were you.
What?
Your companions, they're already dead.
You're bluffing. Two little girls like you couldn't possibly take down my men.
Oh, really?
Karazax. Woman, who do you think you are?
We'll give you one chance to surrender. Give yourself up now and leave this place forever. Only then will your life be spared.
Huh? You think you can stand up to Batta the Beast?
I don't think. I know.
Careful, Lynn. This one's of a different caliber than those other two.
Maybe you should listen to your friend there, girlie. A slip like you doesn't stand a chance against me.
Why don't I be the judge of that? Ha!
No, Lynn. Don't let yourself be angered by him. It'll only put you at a disadvantage.
He's tough.
Lynn!
Maiu, if I fall, I want you to flee. You must escape.
Lynn!
What? How did you...
Lynn!
That was close.
Lynn, are you all right?
Sorry if I worried you, Maiu. I sorely underestimated him.
Fool. What was with those last words of yours? If I fail, don't you ever say such ridiculous things to me again. Do you understand?
Yes. I'm sorry. I wasn't certain I could best him.
But I was. I would never have suggested such a thing if I didn't believe you were capable.
Thank you, Maiu. But if I'm to survive, I'll need to be stronger. Strong enough that no one can defeat me.
Lynn.
Their enemy defeated, the young woman lapsed into a brief respite. tending to the wounds of the body and of the heart. For in that one battle, the destinies of each had made themselves apparent. A long and weary road stretched out ahead, causing an uncomfortable silence to settle between them, until the dawn broke the next day.
Good morning, Maiu. Are you awake yet?
Lynn, good morning. I'm sorry. Did I oversleep?
Only a little. That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you.
I suppose. How embarrassing. I haven't slept in like this since I was studying under my father.
Say, Maiu? I want to talk to you about something.
Something?
Yes, well, you have some experience in the ways of war, I see.
Ah, that. You see, it was my father who taught me. He was a former strategist of Bern. He was not my true father, but rather a man who had abandoned his former way of life. He had become jaded by his time in the military, where his skills had been abused by his commanding officers. In time, he became so disgusted with it all that he fled, choosing to become a vagabond and travel with the Romani. And that's how he found me. Gypsies are peaceful folk. They abhor conflict and refuse to take up arms against their fellow man. My father taught me strategy as a means of defending myself. His thinking was that, rather than involving myself in a fight, if I understood the flow of battle, I could better escape from it. It was never his intention that I follow in his footsteps. He passed away, not 4 years ago, in Bern.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up something so painful for you.
No, it's fine.
They shared their breakfast in uneasy quiet, Maiu's pensive calm weighing heavily upon them as she contemplated the outcome of their battle and the scars she had forever inflicted upon her dear friend.
Maiu? Is everything all right? You've scarcely touched your breakfast.
Lynn, I'm sorry.
Whatever for?
Because I am considering leaving you today.
But why?
I told you that my father did not wish for me to follow in his path and become a strategist, because his own experiences had left him bitter. He had been trapped in service to a lord who abused his skills, using them only for pillage and conquest. He was afraid the same would become of me, and in the end, he died trying to atone for those sins. However, yesterday, I feel that what we did was truly a good thing. We were able to save those people, and so, if I could find a way to keep doing that, to keep helping people as you and I did the day before, I don't believe I could ever become bitter over it. It's risky, I know, and I doubt my father would approve. But perhaps it's time I took up the strategist's path in my father's place and accomplish what he couldn't. My only regret is that I forced upon you something you were unprepared for.
Maiu, no. You mustn't regret that. They were bandits, fiends deserving of death.
No, Lynn. No matter what else they may have been, those men were still human beings, first and foremost. Circumstance may have forced our hand, but no one has the right to judge and condemn another. That right belongs to the gods alone.
Even so, what happened yesterday was something I would have eventually had to face as a swordsman. Were it not for your presence, your guidance, I would have fallen. There's no doubt in my mind. Without you, I and those villagers would surely have died. It was your commanding presence that saved us.
I thank you, Lynn.
So, what will you do then?
By your words, my path has been decided. I will take my leave of this place and pursue my father's teachings as a strategist. I thank you, Lady Lynn, for your kindness, your care, and above all, your courage. Were it not for you, I would never have had the strength to follow this road.
though they had known each other only but briefly, in their short time together, Lyn had come to know and love Maiu as if she were family. The realization of this came to her as she watched her newest and dearest friend prepare to depart, gathering together what few belongings she had. Her heart was weighted in sorrow, for she had no desire to lose any more of her beloved family, and with this knowledge, she strengthened herself with resolve.
Maiu? Would you allow me to travel with you?
Lyn?
I know it's sudden, but it is something I've seriously considered. My life here has long since ended.
And what of your family? Your parents? You're younger than myself, Lyn. Even though you live on your own, this isn't a decision you should make without consulting them. Lyn?
My mother and father died 6 months ago. My people, the Lorca, they don't... I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain. I wanted to protect our people, but I'm so young and our people are old-fashioned. They would not follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry, I've been alone for so long. No more. I will shed no more tears.
Maiu enfolded her young friend into a gentle embrace, offering her silent consolation. At last, the two young women understood one another. Each had shared the same grief, the same sorrow, but it was that grief which had brought them together.
Thank you. I'm better now. Maiu, I must become stronger, so that I may avenge my father's death. Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here alone. Maiu, tell me you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you.
Train you? I'm hardly qualified to train you. And from what I've seen of your skill, I'd say you're already on the right path. But I would be grateful for your company. Traveling alone can be rather frightening. Yes, Lyn, I will welcome you at my side.
You will? That's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, thank you! We'll be better off working together. I know it. You'll be my master strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. We can do it, right?
And so began the journey of the strategist Maiu, who one day would come to guide an army of heroes against an enemy of the world. So also began the friendship of Maiu and Lyn, whose bond would only strengthen through the dark days that awaited them ahead. But this, my lords and ladies, is only the beginning of our tale. For what lay next upon their road, neither could have expected.
As you cling to this fantasy, where is it that you travel to now? I yourself the key to the stars above. I who am weeping in sorrow and pain, for I could not gaze at the moon alone. Where is it that I travel to now? There we were, the two of us, arms entwined and heart against heart. Even with our secrets taught, we never imagined we'd part. Lying beneath the January moon, wakened by the soft glow of morning, make the night should steal you away.